Hi everyone. I just wanted to get an idea of where you guys are coming from this month. How many of you are developers? How many of you come from agencies or clients? Okay, so a good mix. Great, okay. I'm just going to quickly run down the things that have changed in the past about 6 weeks. There have been some fairly major changes, some minor things, and I'll try and cover what I think were the most important things for you guys to know about. The first thing which happened, I think it was last Sunday, was Facebook usernames. You can now get a vanity URL, www.facebook.com/yourname. Unfortunately for us in the UK, it was at 5 in the morning, which was a bit of an inconvenience, I think. Did everyone, who got the name they wanted? Raise your hand. Oh, great. Did you guys stay up? Who stayed up? Hardcore ones, all right. I should have figured myself. So these are permanent vanity URLs, in that they cannot be transferred, and once you've committed to it and confirmed it, they cannot be changed. And they've done that, Facebook have done that to avoid name squatters, basically. So you can't buy Coca-Cola and then sell it back to them. They're available now for users, pages and apps, only if you have more than 1,000 fans. At the end of the month, on the 28th of June, they're going to release it for other profiles, so other apps and public profiles that have less than 1,000 users. You can then register for your special URL. They're not available yet via the platform API, so you can't look up someone's Facebook username yet. If there is name squatting, they encourage you to use their automated IP infringement form on Facebook. You can also get the phone to them if you're a big important person. And many of the trademark usernames have been pre-allocated in the sense that they're reserved. You can't go and do Coca-Cola, for example, because that shows up as not available. So what you do is basically go to facebook.com/username, you give it some options. They encourage you to use your real name. Then you can confirm it, and you better check your spelling, y'all. All right? Because once you confirm it, that's it. They won't change it for you. The next thing that they've rolled out, which was quite a good thing for app owners, is something called verified apps. So you can submit your app to Facebook for a verification program. And once you pass that process, Facebook will give you a badge that looks like this, and a green checkbox on other places in the site. You get priority ranking in the app directory, which they've also revamped. And I'll go into that a bit more on the next slide. You have to pay a fee for weeding out people, I suppose, making sure you're a serious app person, or 175 if you're a student or a non-profit. Also, what you can get if you're verified is you get more allocations for social actions. So you can send more notifications, you can interact with users, pushing content to them more often. The idea being that since you're verified, you're not a spammer. So how do you get verified? Well, make sure you follow the guidelines, the platform guidelines, first of all. There's a nice handy checklist at this URL at the bottom. So go to the checklist, go through that, then you just, in your developer app, go to the app that you want to get verified, and you click a button and fill out a few forms, do your payments, and they get back to you within a few weeks at this point. And hopefully that will increase users' trust in apps now. If you're verified, hopefully users will now recognize that as meaning something. I'm not sure if that's really taken hold yet, because it's still quite new. They've also launched a new app directory. Basically, they just refreshed the look of it, made it a bit more easy to use. So there's better categories. As you can see, there's the green checkbox for verified apps. Also at the bottom, they'll show you recent activity from your friends. So when you go to these /apps, facebook.com/apps, you can see apps that your friends have used recently. And also, a slightly bigger change, if you own an app or you develop apps, the app about page, which used to just be one page with not much on it, is now basically a profile. So it's got tabs. You can install apps on your app page, and that's good. There's also reviews have controversially, when a user removes the app, they're now asked to review it. So we're seeing a lot of reviews, people saying 1 star because it's not for me, which a lot of app developers are a bit annoyed about. They're not really valid reviews in their opinion. Also, Facebook have launched their own virtual currency called Facebook Credits. And you pay $1 to get 10 credits. So far, there's a handful of apps that's used it before. Facebook's own gift shop and a few other early partners. there is an API which is in early alpha testing. It's a closed alpha, so you can't get into it yet. If you want to be involved in Facebook credits, you can sign up for the beta at this URL here. So basically, if you have a game and you have your own in-game currency, you can convert that to Facebook's credits and get real money for it, for your in-game goods, for example.